Outside. Where we at? Outside. Where we at? Outside. You want that smoke? Where we at? Outside. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Breakdown. Power up. Breakdown. Power up. Breakdown. Power up. 2 times. Breakdown.
Y'all inside, everybody please support these Brookhaven families, conduct yourself with some seriousness, don't give them no reason, but we definitely gonna go to man and speak with the DA for all of these cases. So, yes.
Let's hold out for the chance, though. We want these families to be able to meet with the DA. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna respect the officers and that they working, they on the phone and everything. We want to go ahead and make sure they get this meeting with them, all right? So let's back them up. They here. We speaking with actions today. All right.
Office upstairs. Office upstairs.
Office upstairs.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This what it's about, numbers. Numbers. You come with numbers, they gotta hear you out. You can't really turn you away. This is after Brookhaven government.
The DA is in a meeting and he's unavailable to meet with y'all.
All right, peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. All praises to the Most High. There you see the members of various organizations in the collective with Bridget, Mississippi, descend upon the courthouse of Lincoln, Mississippi, Lincoln County, and essentially shut down the courthouse and demand to speak with the DA for his failure to prosecute certain cases. And there you see, I guess, his secretary or his flunky, whoever, come down and say that he's in a meeting and he'll be available in a little while. And they said 5 minutes. We waited outside for about 20 minutes until certain members of those families who were seeking justice just ran up and knocked on the DA's door. And if you saw the video released yesterday, then you see the results of that. But I'm going to show you the entire takeover, as I call it, of the Lincoln County Courthouse to show you when you come in numbers, they have to respect you. And, you know, these families, the family of Bridget London, who was the victim of a homicide, and her case is cold, but the police know who did it, as well as Julian Gayton, the same situation, as well as MonterrioGibson, who was a FedEx worker delivering a package, and he was almost Ahmaud Arbery, shot at by a father and son team who tried to cut him off because they thought he was suspicious. So I'm going to take you from the beginning and show you the entire video of how the persistence of a group of people made the DA at least come out and talk and address the particular situation. Y'all stay tuned and I'll be back with some commentary.
We outside. Outside. Where we at? Outside. Where we at? Outside. You want that smoke? Where we at? Outside. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Breakdown. Power up. Breakdown. Power up. Breakdown. Power up. 2 times. Breakdown.
Always gonna leave y'all inside. Everybody please support these Brookhaven families, conduct yourself with some seriousness, don't give them no reason, but we definitely gonna go to man and speak with the DA for all of these cases. So, yes.
Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams.
Let's get the families on. Come on. Where my Brookhaven families at?
From here in that front. From here in that front. Come on,
waiting on him.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
No
No
justice.
peace. We're trying to get the meeting, so we're gonna hold off on the chants.
He said hold off on
No
the
peace.
Let's hold off on the chants, though. We want these families to be able to meet with the DA. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna respect the officers and that they working, they on the phone and everything. We want to go ahead and make sure they get this meeting with them, all right? So let's back them up. They here. We speaking with actions today. All right.
Office upstairs. Office upstairs.
office upstairs.
Okay. If that's easier, yeah. If that's easier. Yes, sir. Okay.
So the mayor. Hey, see, this what it's about. Numbers. Numbers. When you come with numbers, they gotta hear you out. Can't really turn you away. This is after Brookhaven government.
They're still there, funding them. She's bad, he can call them right now, she's done for the day. Yes, 60.
So that was a share of state and even the DA's office, the DA on that. And what we want them to do is get them one-on-one. You all have representation. We got attorneys here too. Today. The whole agenda is to get this case done. And that's in the power of the DA.
Hey, it's behind you. You get off, right behind you.
Somebody's coming in.
The DA is in a meeting and he's unavailable to meet with y'all.
We can wait on. We can wait on. You come down your line.
We're gonna be here till the meeting over with.
We here, we not going nowhere.
That's the same excuse every time. And the
Smirk on her face.
So DA conveniently always in a meeting, evidently.
The sheriff should give him 1 second, we're gonna get him out.
We not going nowhere. We still been coming every time you turn around, you talk about you in a meeting.
But let it be the little race I bet you they're gonna come out and talk to you. As long as it's a black child, black man, it's a good man.
So we know all our answers. We know every last one. We know all our answers. And I won't answer this.
And this is what we could have that's more important.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
He always in a meeting. Anytime somebody come down here and see him, he always in a meeting. He's always in a meeting.
Oh, it hurt my heart when he gone. You was there from now. I just called me. He just he said Mr. Hart. I thought he was Mr. Hart.
Brother had to get the strap outside.
Thank you for letting me hear you.
They sent it real haphazardly downstairs. For the DA's in a meeting, he won't be able to meet with y'all.
Your child innocent, did nothing, you gotta fight for them.
Gibson right there, shout out about the father and son team, like Mark Arbery. Luckily he survived to tell his story.
And still didn't get justice, because all of them know each other. Everybody know everybody. You got too many relatives working in the same building.
That's why they don't need to hire no local chief of police. If they do an appointed chief, they need to bring somebody from the outside, to Brookhaven, who don't know these people, who cannot have to sit here and try to bid and cover up for people. Get you somebody from the outside. If y'all gonna do appointed chief, go outside of Brookhaven. Brookhaven is too small because everybody knows everybody. You got all of these people working in these police departments who are relative to these people. That's why nothing is getting done in Brookhaven. Anytime you get the gun that my sister, and you did not arrest the boy, you did not arrest him, you didn't even bring him in to question him. And then they tell me they no-bill my sister's case. And you got eyewitnesses to murder, and you got a police officer whose brother indicated to me that he saw them, and Bobby Hawthorne told his brother not to say anything. Yes, he's on Brookhaven Police Force. He's supposed to be a friend of my brother, but yet still he chose his family over mine. As if my nieces and nephews, as if my daddy didn't have to suffer through his daughter being gunned down in this town. They got my sister's blood on this streets over here, and not one time did they think enough to clean up her blood. Not one time did they think enough to clean up my sister's blood. That's my mama's child. That's my mama's child. And she gonna get justice. A whole family plotted for my sister, and they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. And he won't even meet with us. And he won't even take a phone, not even take a phone out here.
Now we got the DA coming down.
Crazy.
He said give him 5 minutes.
We got time.
5 minutes.
We got all the time in the world.
We got 5 minutes.
You had 10 years, so I know you got 5
We got time.
That's right. 10 long years too long. And this should be no mother's story to have to come and fight for justice for their child. An innocent child in a home invasion. Not bothering anyone. But you go and take my son's life on Christmas Eve. And then you write a statement admitting why you did it. You just wanted to go and rob. You didn't want anyone. But in you going, you took my son's life. Yeah. And then no one want to hear my story. No, I read my story.
Isn't she related to Penny?
And the girl is related to Penny Banks.
The guy that had the gun, to my sister, is related to Penny, their first cousin. That's the problem around here. I can't get these people to understand. That's the problem. There's too many relatives. And with my son's case, it's the same thing. We had 2 dispatchers connected to the cases. We had the leading investigator, which was Chris' case. He stepped down because he was related to these clowns. And we also had, what's his name? The one that got fired. Clear Girl is married to their cousin.
Right.
Everybody up in here is related.
Nepotism.
Everybody, and not to even take away that they are, the case's grandfather are supplying this town with oil. They supply this town with oil. Everybody here knows the Judge David Strong. I wish you would come down here. I wish you would come down here. You sat right up there and you told us you were going to retry my son's case. You told me that. And the DA, let me tell y'all why the DA won't retry my son's case. Because he said, I goes on Facebook and talk about them. I'm going to talk about them to the day I die. I'm going to talk about them to the day I die.
You don't keep it in the meeting because at the end of the day, that's what gets you what you need. You just can't be silent. Sounds get you nowhere. You have to speak out and you have to keep demanding your justice. And that's the only way to get to where we're trying to go. In regards to Brookhaven, Brookhaven is a sad town.
Very sad.
It's a shame that I grew up here. Because when I used to be happy to say I'm from Brookhaven, I've traveled all over the world. And I would tell people about Brookhaven, Mississippi. But now I won't tell anybody where I'm from. I'm too ashamed. It should be.
in Mississippi, it should be Jackson. It should be Brookhaven. Because you got 15 unsolved since 2015 and counting. Where they do that at? And all you're supposed to do in your face when you call them, they don't take your phone call. And then the chief that's in office now said Bobby Bell instructed the whole Brookhaven Police Department not to take phone calls from the hurting mothers. That is sick. And there's too much corruption in this small little town. And it needs to be cleaned up.
And these are black chiefs now. We've had black chiefs, so our skin folks ain't kin folks.
Absolutely.
Because they look like those are the ones that's gonna do you quicker. Because they gonna do it in the name of being black. Yeah, they're they gonna do that. And Kenny Collins, Bobby Bell, they are black chief of police. Kenny is so ineffective that police department needs to be shut down. When I say incompetent,
when you can't read and write, why are you a chief? Why are you being
incompetent.
a chief?
This is the truth, y'all. That's the truth. This is the truth. He cannot read or write.
Why are you even incompetent?
He is incompetent. Like nobody is saying
to help him not being on
the great, but he's gone in June. He's gone in June. He's gone in June. He don't have to do nothing.
The elections are now, right?
He's gone. He's so embarrassed about my son case that he's leaving. Yeah, he's getting out of here. He's gone.
It's a lot of small town
But people have
secrets.
suffered these last 8 years under his leadership.
Well, small town secrets in Brookhaven, and it's been this way for a long time. You throw the black man away, but the white man at the same time as the black man, and he gets to walk.
Gave somebody 35 years for weeks.
Yeah.
35 years.
But you can't arrest nobody who's shooting at somebody while they're working or taking an innocent person's life and then saying he's a suspect in his own home. Oh no, that's what you call really mishandling.
And if they stop sleeping with these people, if you're going to be in these positions, stop sleeping with these people. Stop getting into bed with these criminals and you can't do anything to them because you're sleeping with them.
Got your hand in the cookie jar.
They hand in the cookie jar. We already know what they do. So that's why they cannot. That's why Bobby Bell, that's why Kenny Collins, they can't do anything.
Now, your 5 minutes up, all
they can't do anything.
It's been about 5 minutes.
5 minutes up.
How you gonna arrest somebody and you just like you sleeping with their mom? Make it make sense.
Just don't make sense.
You know, come on now, let's put it all out there since we here.
If you know we're in 2025, it's like we're still in the 1960s.
Yes.
This is 1960 all over again.
We got to fight.
Police brutality.
Fight. We got the DA
Injustice for the black man.
And
when will it ever change? When will it ever change?
Until we decide we want to change. Because one thing I always say, so until we stop,
yes, Sharon,
and come together, then all the BS gonna stop. Yes. But until then, this is what we get.
Black on black crime,
this is what
and then we got the white man stepping on our neck.
This is what
black
we
on
get.
black crime.
There's some strange fruits in this town, y'all. There's some strange fruits in this town. Strange fruit. Mr. Lamar Smith was at this courthouse step trying to register people to vote. Strange fruits in this town. When I tell you, there's some strange fruits.
And that was covered up forever, Sharon.
Yes, it was.
That just came back to life.
But no one has been brought to justice for that.
Yeah, they know exactly.
They just put a marker out there. How about that? They put a marker. They wouldn't even name the courthouse after the man. You get me? This man, they put him on these courthouse steps. In 1955. That's what they did. And all they did was put a marker when Mr. Smith was fighting to name this courthouse. But now, the mayor is moving the city over to the funeral home, which is a perfect place, because that's where all the dead folks go. That's the perfect place. All the dead people go. And they don't, everybody keep kicking the can down the road. You go talk to the attorney general, she put you back here. You go talk to the DA, they take you here. Everybody kicking the can.
They didn't give enough evidence. They didn't give enough evidence. So first of all, I'm gonna make it clear, Sharon, the cases were never investigated. That's the first thing. They would never investigate. Because a true investigator, they're not going to tell you to go out and bring the shell cases to them. They're going to take, and they're going to do their job. That scene should be taped off. No one should be allowed in there, but that's not what happened. They never investigated the cases. Never.
And the same thing happened to her. My son was asked to go get the shell case from the scene of the crime where he actually was a victim. Who goes get shell cases? And they all crime.
That is what you call truly incompetent.
Who does that? And then y'all take him over here to see the man, to identify the man, and the man laughing in y'all face like it's a joke. It ain't no joke. You just saw my son. And if you have to, I'm just wondering, y'all, I just wonder what in the world story they would have told. What story they would have told? My story ain't never shot a gun. That's the first thing in my mind.
All right, so there you hear the members of the group who were particularly affected by the Brookhaven, Mississippi DA and police failure to prosecute their cases. As you see, we sat out there in the lobby for about 20 minutes before the ladies and the young men and the other people in the group just went upstairs and knocked on the DA's door because we were tired of waiting. And you saw the DA come out and run back in with a like a dog with his tail tucked. But you know, shout out to Dr. Kofi, the guy who was you know, kind of talking with the sheriffs, making sure that, you know, the people, you know, first of all, got in and, you know, wasn't charged with like disorderly conduct or rioting or anything like that. And, you know, just being peaceful and civil, but basically standing out there, voicing their opinion, making their voices heard until the DA was forced to come out. And, you know, they made several good points, especially about these little small towns like this, Brookhaven, where everybody is related. So when someone gets in a situation and has a person in a high position, then, you know, they're able to sway the decisions. As they said, Miss London's sister and Mr. Gayton's mother said that people in their case was related to an investigator. People in their case involved in the crimes, maybe, you know, they were in relation to the investigator in the case. So that made the investigator not want to pursue the case fully. In the case of MonterrioGibson, the lead investigator, Mr. Case, was a relative to the case father and son who shot him and who shot at him. And so they made, and we're going to dive deep into his story in a later video, but, you know, they made it so that his case would be thrown out. So, you know, this was once again a testament of unity, of Black people standing together. You saw the Black people in there with the signs and the phones, but you didn't see the brothers outside with those big things. And if you don't know what those big things are, then, you know, that lets me know you ain't never been, you know, in the street life. But, you know, those brothers was out there bearing arms. And I'm going to show you that video on how, you know, they kind of, you know, shut off the entire street, you know, to let people know that we are there. But, you know, this once again is a testament of unity, a testament of voices. And, you know, if everyone would come together like this in these times, and, you know, people would back others, not in, you know, not just for your cause, but for somebody else's cause, then, you know, people will have the backing, people will have the support to get the things that they need. Hopefully, once again, this show of unity, this show of force, this show of attention will bring some attention to these cases and not let these DAs hide and run behind the doors. Like I told you in the first video, the sheriff was actually fussing with the DA because the DA was scared to come out there. And the sheriff's like, man, you got all these people out here, man, at least come out here and talk to them. And he was like, I'll come when I'm calmed down. So evidently we made him mad just by being there. And the sheriff was like, come on out, you baby kitten word. that starts with a P. And that was hilarious to me. But you know, shout out once again to Bridging, Mississippi, the chosen fathers who are fathers of son being, you know, their lives taken by violence, police or otherwise. The angel moms who once again are fighting for their child's justice and the losing of their lives. The new Black Panther Party, the People's Political Party, the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Geronimo Pratt Gun Club, the NFAC. Members from a lot of different factions were there in this effort. And once again, I got to shout my brother Markel Bridges of, you know, Building Bridges for putting this, you know, this ride together. We went to a few more cities. You're going to see a few more videos of how, once again, you know, if you let them know that you're there, they're either going to run, hide, or they're going to come talk to you. You know, so you know, let this be once again a blueprint, a lesson, or you know, just an example of, you know, you don't have to take it sitting down. You know, you don't have to be by yourself. There's people out there willing to fight with you, and so once again, I was blessed to be, you know, to witness that in real time, to know, okay, well, we do have people out there that ain't going to run and tuck their tails either. You know, we got people that's going to stand up, speak truth to power, and, you know, bring it to your doorsteps. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings.